It's time for
DodgerHeads.
high fly ball into right field. Dodgers have won it all in 2020. Shohei Ohtani, 50-50 club. Strikes him out. There's a drive. Shohei Ohtani. Freeman hits the ball. She is gone. Birthday party, Los Angeles. Your Dodgers have won the World Series.
What's going on, guys? Welcome into DodgerHeads Unplugged with Scotty G. Happy Monday. I'm doing a quick audio check. How's everybody doing? Hear me coming loud and clear? Let me wait for 1 sec. Somebody tell me we're all good to go. And then I'll know for sure that we're in the green. Everything good? Hear me all right? Cool. Happy Monday, guys. Welcome in. Victory Monday. Great weekend here. The Dodgers go 2-1 against the San Francisco Giants. Close to predictions there. A lot of people said we struggle. I actually forgot what my prediction was. I just know that this was a series. Look, against the Colorado Rockies, the Dodgers took care of business. And we hoped that the offensive success would translate. It didn't on Friday. Looking against Justin Verlander, it looked like, I know he's been good as of late. We talked about filling up the zone and stuff like that, but it didn't happen. Didn't get going there. But Dodgers come out, make Logan Webb work, take care of business. Yesterday, same thing. Performers over the weekend, give the cap tip. Benny Rort, Teoscar, Mookie again doing his thing. Conforto going ahead. Broken clock. He's hitting it. It's striking. And that's why we're going to put this up here. Laura comes through on this for sure. She says, Conforto Homer super chat as promised. Yes. Just like I said, Conforto goes deep. She's a woman of her word. She is an absolute scholar. What a class act here. Look, the Dodgers position themselves in a good place right now. Things are still in play, and it feels good. A lot to unpack. Tier ones, welcome in. Good to have you in early on Monday. Shelly, same thing for good Dodgers vibes. I love this. Yeah, it feels good. There's a lot of good things going on here. Offense coming around as of late. The starting pitching continuing to do their thing there. I know Clayton Kershaw had a little bump, but look, Clayton Kershaw, the margin for error is something you just have to keep an eye on, right? So that's something that's to be expected. Some bad luck stuff, some hard hit stuff. He can't leave stuff in the middle of the zone. Just typical pitching things. With Clayton Kershaw, where he's currently at, things got to be not perfect. He's just got, stuff's got to click right way more than because of just the caliber of stuff he's throwing right now, right? But everybody tuning in, I'm going to toss some names up here. It's good to see you all. El Shiva, let's go Dodgers. Emar, good morning. Good morning to you. Amanda, Eden, what's up? Says Dave, hopefully we can take 5 out of the next 7. That would be spectacular. That would be absolutely electric. 5 of the next 7 here. All right. Let's see. DM, great week. Yeah, Luis, Roydvet's been awesome for us. Cool story. Very cool story with Ben Roydvert. Look, I don't know. There's some slander going around or some doubt. The doubters won't be heard on DodgerHeads Unplugged. Just won't happen. Just will not happen. Success is here for him. He's doing his thing. Pitcher speaking out about it. Foxy, good morning, chat. Laura's man, a woman of her word. Yeah, 100%. Dave, double-digit runs in the last 2 games. Keep it going. Look, Chris, sluggish Monday. Grab a coffee, man. I'm on the second. I'm on the second one. Little pumpkin spice creamer. Get the body right. Get the mind right. Lock in, buddy. Big series coming up tonight. Yeah. So, good stuff. Craig says, I'm Scott. Hi, Scott. I'm in. Yeah, got you. You're here. All right. Wow. Dusty with this early one. No, not Dusty. If you're going to call this, you got to do it. He says, call my shot now. Dusters sweep the Phillies. Possible? Yes. Probable? Doesn't know. Housekeeping stuff. You know the drill. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you're not subscribed already, please do so. You're still in range for that tier one stuff. I'm keeping tabs. I got a running list over here on Dodger Heads Unplugged. You've been tuning in since the jump, since we started this up. Morning coffee and Dodger ball chat. Get ramped up before the postseason because come postseason time, a lot of content's going to be coming out. We're all hungry for it. And that's where we're going to do this every single morning. Digest this, break down the night before, and really look ahead to everything, break down everything. We're going to be doing a whole bunch, and it's a pleasure to have you all in here. If you're listening after the fact on YouTube or YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, however you consume all your podcasts, rate, comment down below. However, share it around. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All the boys at Dodger Blue 1958 do fantastic stuff there on the written side. Blake Williams, Matt Moreno, give them a check out. All links can be found in the bio and through our Dodger Blue YouTube page. So thank you for tuning in. A name that has been kicked around a bit, and he's been dragged a bit, rightfully, not dragged, but rightfully questioned about motivation, about at-bat quality, consistency, whether he's been hurt, why did he do a complete 180 flip after getting paid this past offseason, has frustrated me. And I know it's frustrated a lot of fans because it's someone who was, a stalwart. He was in the lineup this last year. 1-year contract, gets signed to be an impact bat, exceeds expectations, leads them all the way through, right? And Teoscar Hernandez, it's been rough to watch, flat out because of approach. Just, I don't like, we talked about a lot last year in into the offseason how great it was to have a player on a 1-year contract gravitate to the fans and the fans gravitate to him in such a way that it felt like losing him would be the biggest thing of the offseason. Win a World Series, incredible. But going into there, it felt like with the options available on the open market, you avoid those and you go with the obvious pick. And that was Teoscar Hernandez. Signs a multi-year contract, a hefty deal for what he got paid. And Teoscar Hernandez has battled it all year because, again, he's one of those bats that we've seen it, and we know what he could do when he's right. And Teoscar Hernandez, since this past Tuesday against the Colorado Rockies, has been spectacular. And his turnaround, I looked into it a bit. I know you all have seen it, but toss some stats up there for everybody. Since September 8th, he's 11 for his last 24, 3 home runs, 2 doubles, 6 RBIs, 7 runs scored, 283 WRC plus. He is, a top 15 hitter in that time, top 10 hitter in that time. And Teoscar Hernandez has been incredible. And he's been over this last weekend against the Giants was even better. Continued his stuff. If you look at the quality of contact from Teoscar Hernandez over this last week, you'll see nothing but rockets over 100 miles an hour, 109, 105.8, 105.4, 102.4, 106, 101, 107, 108, 103. He is lacing the ball. And I think back against German Marquez on the 8th, when he was taking sliders down and away. I texted a few buddies and I said, those are 2024 takes from Teoscar Hernandez. Those are takes where he looks on time, he looks balanced, he looks grounded in the box, and the results immediately played out because it's just he's been a loose cannon this year, off balance, uncharacteristic stuff. Now he's pulling the ball in the air. He's taking it the other way when he can. Look, Teoscar Hernandez's turnaround right now is such a big deal because against left-handed pitching, they've been the best in ball against lefties over the course of the year. In the second half, they're right up at the top as well. I think second in the league. Second in the league. I had this pulled up. Yep. Second in the National League, trailing the Milwaukee Brewers in the second half versus left-handed pitching. So Shelley says this perfectly. Teo is not swinging wildly at pitches that are totally off the plate. 100%. Look, he has to be everything is advertised. It's not that he's the big four. If he slot in the 4 spot, cool. But if he's not after the 3, if he's not after the 4, when you start going down in that lineup and you have to face Teoscar Hernandez, just like Garrett Cole saw in the World Series, you can't make a mistake. Teoscar cannot miss that mistake. And he is hunting. He's hunting. And I love it. We talk about samples. Some people have different feelings about sample sizes and stuff like that, right? And that's okay. But it'd be different if the process didn't look so good, because his process looks so good right now. And I'm very big on that. Results are secondary if the process looks gross. If the process looks all out of whack and he's lucking into results and things like that and the numbers, and people want to argue with numbers, but the process for Teoscar Hernandez right now looks on point. So I wanted to make sure I started off this Monday morning show how important it is that Teoscar Hernandez, his process looks exceptional right now. And to Teoscar's own admission, this is via Sonia's Jen of MLB.com. So thank you to her for these quotes here. Teoscar says, quote, "I finally feel like myself. Every coordination that I work on in the cage, everything that I try to do in the cage before the game, I've been doing these past 5 days. So it's definitely getting closer to where I was before I got hurt at the beginning of the season." So looking into that quote, suspicions we had about the groin acting up, the groin being an issue, and his body probably adjusting away from normal process, really affected him. He goes on to say, quote, it's getting better at the right time, right before the season ends. We're still fighting, trying to win some games to get closer to the 2nd spot. And that's he's speaking to the National League standings here to get the bye. He says, just keep working and let everything go on the field. And that's how he's playing. Dave Roberts has, he's kind of kicked him in the ass for outfield play. And we saw that turnaround immediate. Maybe it was Teoscar just being afraid to let it loose. In chat, I see a lot of comments here. I'm going to double back on it, but I really wanted to start the show off by making sure I go through and speaking directly to Teoscar, because there's a difference in speaking to a player, a hitter that's batting in the 7 through the 9 slots, and Teoscar Hernandez, who is going to be in a 5th spot, in a 6th spot, someone who can bat all the way up into the 3, the 4, and who has to be good. He has to be good. And that's someone they won't be able to survive the postseason without. Those moments will find him. Pitchers will pitch around the big 3. Will Smith, if he's healthy. Max Muncy, can't happen. So I wanted to make sure that I highlighted how different Teoscar looks in the box and how much he's gone back. I think he said he feels like he's right there. He said he feels like himself. And I'm big on listening to the players when they talk about themselves and you can visually see it. So this is a big thing. TQT, Teo stepping up is huge for the team, missing Will Smith. Yeah. And Will Smith, excuse me, Will Smith is another conversation I think we'll dive into tomorrow. Because now that he's down, you're going to need other people to step up. And who better than another big right-handed bat in Teoscar Hernandez, who has limited the strikeouts. Since the 8th, he's only, I think, 3 punch-outs. And that's a great thing because his mark for strikeouts was north of 30%. And that was not good. That's an unsustainable number. And you can't have empty at-bats when you have runners in scoring position. And how good he was last year with RISP, one of the best in ball. You have to turn that around. Ernie's tackle. Thank you so much, man, for the super chat here. Appreciate the support. It says this team has fooled me all year into thinking they're back. This series will show us. Yeah, Ernie. I mean, they're good enough to stay right at the top of standings. And it's definitely fair to say and fair to critique them in a series against the Rockies. The Dodgers made the Giants look like they were, where they should be, barely missing the postseason, kicking the ball around. Dodgers got beaten on Friday, but they turn around and absolutely steamroll. and they flex their muscles there. So um, I understand. I understand your pause there, and that's why in a series against the Phillies, this is the spot where the Dodgers can again keep that foot on the gas. They can again show themselves because they'll have their hands full. They definitely will have their hands full. I'm going to take a second. I'm gonna scroll through some of the comments here. But again, everybody, thank you for tuning in on Monday. To all the tier ones, to all the new people, you're officially and welcomed into the tier ones of the Dodger Heads Unplugged. Thank you for tuning in here, supporting Dodger Blue, listening on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, yeah, Yosh says Golden Side. What's the injury summary for Teoscar this season? Look, the groin has been a thing for him, and that's something that if you've ever had a groin injury, if you've ever worked out, you ever run, and you know how long those things linger. Um, thigh injuries, stuff like that, that can plague you a lot. Uh, rotation, hip rotation, stuff like that. It can linger on for quite some time, especially outfielders where you really got to range it and you don't open it up as much. You don't let it loose. So that's kind of where it's at. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Dusty says, yes, please. No more Yates. No more Tanner Scott. Jury's still out on Kopech. Of course. Yeah. Kirby Yates. I think they're guiding along. See if he can catch lightning. I don't think he'll be a part of a postseason roster, and if he is, then they just don't have confidence in the other guys. But yeah, Tanner Scott, perplexing. That's perplexing stuff. And Michael Kopech there, the command concerns are still there. They are back. Like that is prior to when he was with the Chicago White Sox. Those command things are a big thing. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. See, a lot of people are going in on Conforto. Want to talk Conforto? Or should I save that? I can save it. Yeah. I mean, JF says, Scott 100% about groin injury. You can tell he's getting better the way he's running now. Yeah. He's definitely getting better. He's definitely getting better. Cool. Coco Cobb says, watching Kopech throw 33 fastballs in a row is truly something. Look, he's got to command one before he can command the rest, and that's kind of where he's at. Yeah, I don't know. TQT says Blake was doing hold on, let me pull this up, my bad. Spamming it. Blake was doing a semi-victory lap regarding Conforto yesterday. Whatever. I lit him up last night about it. Conforto can do whatever he wants. He's just it's broken clock territory. We already talked. He's had like 450 plate appearances to figure it out. If he wants to get right now, cool. But other teams where the injury concerns wouldn't have kept him on the roster, it shouldn't have been at this point. I'll let him know. Nice job. Looking good. But you had all the time in the world to do this. If people want to say it's at the right time, sure. Cap tip. All the time in the world to do this. All right. Yeah, he's looking good. Not missing mistakes in the zone. Could have been different. Season would be a lot different. And now they got to scratch and claw. All right. Let's talk Phillies. Let's talk Phillies series implications here. So, Dodgers get Ranger Suarez tonight. As it stands, let me see here. Just had this up, my page refreshed. The Dodgers are trailing the Phillies by, is this 4.5 games? Is that what I see? Yeah, 5 in a win column, 4.5 games. The Dodgers absolutely have to go 2 of 3. You don't go 2 of 3, you're in a tough spot. But it's still in play. But the Dodgers have a tough test against the starting pitching of the Philadelphia Phillies because in the second half, the 3 arms that the Dodgers are going to face, they're going to give them a tough test, bar none. They're getting Christopher Sanchez or Ranger Suarez tonight, Christopher Sanchez, and Jesus Luzardo. And all 3 of those pitchers for the Phillies in the National League in the second half have been top 25. Okay. So think about what I just said a few minutes ago with the Teoscar stuff. The Dodgers have been number 1 overall in baseball against lefties over on the course of the season, second in Major League Baseball, or second in the National League uh, against lefties in the second half. So you have to continue the success you just had. You just got to face Robbie Ray. You took care of business there. You put it on him. Ranger Suarez is going to make them work. He misses barrels, limits the damage. So with Ranger Suarez, I really want to see how the Dodgers handle him because he does not walk guys. I think he's got a sub 2 walk per 9. So he will definitely force the Dodgers to put the ball in play and attack. Like he's there. He's going to attack them. 40% ground ball rate. So, it's nothing the Dodgers can't overcome there. But I'm curious to see how the bats respond. You're going to get what I think is the most competitive lineup from the Dodgers. Yes, that does mean Conforto's down with Chucky Robinson up. We probably will see debut stuff here pretty soon. He's going to be up. The pitching plan there, but the Dodgers lineup against lefties, I think, is their strongest one. I think, Chat, you would agree. You get Edman in there. Paz in a good spot. Teoscar in a good spot. Yeah, I think this is their most competitive lineup. Muncy, put him at third base. I think this is their most competitive lineup. Get Rojas in there. I think so. But I do think that the Dodgers have to go 2 of 3. That keeps you within distance here. But if you lose 2 of 3, I think you can start to say, not prep for the wild card, but go look at the wild card and say, this is the most realistic thing. Okay. People still talk about Hessan Kim. I saw one chant there, but yeah, this is the real test. Amanda says this is their real test. The Philadelphia Phillies have stormed their way into prime position. They've continued to play good ball while the Milwaukee Brewers have stumbled. The season's kind of catching up to them there, but still they're still a real threat. The Milwaukee Brewers are never out of a ball game. They do something that other teams can't. I just think that the Philadelphia Phillies, with them, I agree with Amanda, this is their test of the year. If they want to show that they're in contention for the 2 seed, you take 2 of 3, and I'm going to say that's my bar where I feel good about they're in contention. All right. I feel that's a good spot for them to succeed and show that they're continuing to roll. They're continuing to play well. The Dodgers get Emmett Sheehan tonight, who's also been exceptional. He's been in that same category there. Emmett Sheehan's been 28th in the National League since in the second half of starting pitchers. So in that stretch there, he's been very good. FIP is outperforming his ERA. Dusty co-signs this there. It's their biggest test. Yeah. Considering where it's at, like I said, look, old series, old games, that's all in the past. It does not matter now. But with where they're at, this is their spot. You got to be able to step up. You've got to be able to perform well against a good team. And to what Dave Roberts has spoke about quite a bit, he doesn't know why the Dodgers have played down to their opponents, underperforming teams this season, especially in the last few months. The Rockies they handled, and I still don't think the monkey's off their back there. But now you have to go out against the Philadelphia Phillies and rise. You're on a positive run here. You've been playing great ball. When it's looked clean, it's been clean. When you're clubbing, and you're putting it on them. Okay. Mookie Betts is in a good spot. Power bats look like they're coming together here. And the bullpen is still jury's out. It's easy to pitch when you're up by so much, when you can give Tanner Scott a 6-run lead, go so on and so on. I want to see how Dave Roberts manages in a close game where you do have to go batter for batter, where Kyle Schwarber's out here clubbing a home run, it seems, every single night. I know the Phillies are still without Trey Turner, but they've continued to play good baseball. So Louis says this, can't let Schwarber and Harper beat us this series, and I agree. Yeah. Shelly, you're going tonight. You love for a win. Look, good luck, Shelly. Good luck. She's the good luck charm tonight because they'll need it today. I like the Dodgers and how they've, both teams match up their pitching well. Uh, 3 straight lefties does not happen very often. So you're going to see, stuff running in on the hands. You're going to see heavy platoon lineups from Dave Roberts here. And you're going to see a ton of sinkers, a ton of working inside from the Phillies pitching, and changeups darting away. Okay. You're going to see them going a lot of east and west. And this is what's going to be a real test. So I'm excited as a baseball fan. From the Dodgers' perspective, this is the series of the year because the Phillies, the Fightins, they're a ball club. Their pitchers throw fuzz. Their hitters, they pummel. So you can't make mistakes. That's just how it goes. Kyle Schwarber is on an absolute heater. Second, has to be the second guy in the National League MVP. One of the best seasons I've seen from him. Might be his career year. I haven't looked it up, but he's been spectacular. Okay. So I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying baseball right now. I'm enjoying where this run is coming down to it. The Dodgers have to continue to just play good ball. Play good ball. Go into it saying 2 of 3 and you feel good. And then that's where you can continue the positive. If not, Dodgers go 2 or lose 2 of 3, then you shift your sights here and then you buckle up. And then we're talking 3-game set stuff. And that sucks. You know what I mean? So there's still hope. 4.5 back. Get 3 against the Phillies. Goes well for the Dodgers. Can get real tight. If not, then we're talking about a whole different ball game. And then you can kind of maneuver and just continue to play good ball, get to the postseason, and then we'll work from there. Yeah. JY, mood is upbeat. So different from about a week ago. I like it. 100%. Look, they're playing good. They're doing the things that we hope they would do. They're playing the ball they should have been playing this whole time. It just, health matters a lot. Not a lot of teams can weather the storm of, key injuries to key pieces and down years from stars. It just does not work all the time. It does not work. You don't see teams outperforming like that. All right. And hitting is contagious. Saw someone say it. Squinfordo's doing his thing. Hitting is contagious. Pitchers have to be perfect when everybody around the lineup is hitting. You've got to, it matters even more. So if the rest of the team hitting is putting Michael Conforto on a good beat, cool, man. I'll 23 doing your thing. Go ahead, bro. Whatever. I, unlike other people, want to see the team win. I couldn't care less about getting owned in those spots. Does not matter to me, right? I want to see them win more than being right. That's just me. I'm a ball fan, and that's flat out how it is. So let's take some questions here. Not a lot to talk about. Just 2 good teams. You know what I mean? I want to see tomorrow's show. Tomorrow's show will really break down more matchups, and then we'll go from there. Yeah. Cool. Questions, all cap question, and then we'll get to it right afterwards. Dodger Z, Showtime, man. You're fine. You're spamming, bro. Take it easy. Take it easy. Yeah. Dave, I got you. I'm going to put this up just so we can chat a sec. 2 out of 3, Nets only 1 game in the standings versus Philly. Yeah, man. I mean, look, it's tough. They put themselves. They put themselves in this hole. It says 2 of 3, only Nets 1 game. Need to sweep and make a real difference if they want to catch them. Yeah, the Mets stink. They didn't do any favors. That would have been a good spot for it, but the New York Mets are they suck, man. They suck. Sorry, Steve. Cool. All right. Again, all caps question there. I'll get to as many as I can. Then we're going to hop out of here and I'll let you all enjoy your Monday. But yeah, thank you so much. If you're going to the game tonight, please enjoy yourself. Sit back, enjoy a good pitching matchup there. Amanda says Dodgers are wild card round bound. Yeah. Cool. TQT. Kike has been really bad since coming off the IL. Do you think Keektober dies? I think you asked that last night. Did you, TQT? Did you ask this last night in the post game there? It says Keektober dies in October. Hard to see him getting many ABs right now. Yeah, I think, yeah. If you asked this last night, then I mean, I kind of agree. I do agree. Look, if you don't have to platoon, I don't like the platoon with Tommy Edman. I flat out don't, but if that's what they're going to do, then go ahead. But then if you kick Pajes out to left, that's kind of the spot for Kike. If you're not playing him at second base, then where are you getting it? It just comes down to like, oh, TQT, my bad then, man. I mean, look, he's not playing third base. Max Muncy's doing it. Kike got run last year, desperation stuff, and he made it happen. We talk all year about how he saves his best ball for postseason stuff, and like, rise to the occasion. Still think that can be true. But if players are outperforming, you're not just going to sit somebody down just for the sake of Kike Hernandez. That's a hard sell, and that's not a good message there. Even with superstitious stuff and like how well he's performed in the post in the past, I think the opportunities have to appear for him, and the path to playing time has to be there. If not, then it's just like he'll get a pinch hit here and there, and if he plays himself into it, great. If an injury pops up, it'll figure it out for itself. And I was just going to say this: Miguel Rojas has been playing well. In the rapport that Mookie Betts and Miguel Rojas have up the middle has been really good this season. It's been really good. It's probably helped Mookie out. Mookie's helped Rojas out. And I think that's where it's at. And piggyback off of what we talked about earlier, it's Teo-tober, man. Tommy Edman saving a franchise. It's Teoscar Hernandez October. BC, Miguel Rojas, yeah. He's been great. He's been great. We all didn't see the vision. Nobody did. I didn't. After last year, DS, look at him. Yeah, BC, Edman and Teoscar must redeem themselves. Let's do it, buddy. You and me, BC. Let's go, bro. He's doing it. Al Potter, man, please stop. Stop. People spamming. I've seen people say the same stuff for like an hour. All right. Okay, a few more here. All right, let's see. Emar says, does Tommy Edman stay in center field? I think so. He looks good out there. Made a nice play. It was yesterday, right? Look, I think Tommy Edman, they wouldn't have brought him back as late as they did if he wasn't going to be playing center field. So I think that's where he's going to stick. I think that opens up a lot of possibilities. They've got middle infield options there. Kike can do it. Edman can do it. Kike can do it. Rojas can do it. Tommy Edman in center field solves a lot of things. He solves a lot of things. That pushes Pajes to left. You're able to find time. I think Alex Call is the one that is going to have absolutely no playing time. Like, he is someone that has been a non-factor. He has not been on the field. His opportunities are slim to none. So we're getting into the bare bones of the roster here, and we just don't have to do that, which is great. That's a good thing, good place to be. After how long it was like, can Alex Call come in and make a difference? We're not in those problems anymore. And that happened real fast, guys. We talked about, let's see when Edman, Muncy, they make their way back. And that's how we are. That's how, far removed we are. We don't have to worry about those things for the time being. So, yeah. Neil Carter says, yeah, Callahan getting one. See what I mean? It's just a different thing. He was just, a filler spot. Got him for nothing, filler spot, and go from there. Cool. All right. Last call, guys. And then I'm going to give somebody, there's always one person who wants to toss me a super chat usually. So I'm going to give them a minute grace period and then go from there. Yep. Yosh says this. Yeah, Tommy ran without issues. His ankle must be healed up. Looks good. He looks really good. Plus side against the lefties here too. So expect him to start all 3 games. They want to sit him down one just to, temper the workload. I don't mind that at all. I totally understand it. Ernie, I put it up there, bro. I put it up there, man. See, I already got it. I put it up. Put it up a while ago, like 15 minutes ago, whenever you did it. All right. Don't see any more. Cool. Alrighty, guys. Well, I'm going to let you get out of here, let you enjoy the rest of your Monday. Thank you again. Appreciate you all tuning into DodgerHeads Unplugged here. Watch tonight, how the Dodgers come out, how they compete, how they go up against the Philadelphia Phillies. Been playing exceptional baseball. The Dodgers look like they're on track to be looking like themselves. Okay. Yeah, don't miss this. Shelly's going to be at the game, so if she had bad luck, everybody boo her in the nicest way. Shelly, you're the best. Love you. All right, enjoy the rest of your Monday here. All the things, notifications, like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. I'm going to get more caffeine. Yeah, Yoshi, more caffeine. I'm caffeinated, man. There's just, we're locked in. It's a good game tonight. Not a lot to talk about. 2 good teams, straight up focus. There's not stuff like bad things to break down right now. Don't have to do it. Teoscar's looking good. People want Conforto to do well. Conforto's looking better. Starting pitching is going to have to speak for itself. You're going to go out there, limit runs, do damage when it's presented to you. The Phillies are tossing out 3 top 30 starters in the National League. It's just what you got to do. Okay. Yeah, look, 10 runs without a single home run. Good stuff to talk about. Yoshi, I'm locked in, buddy. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your Monday. My name is Scott Geirman, and we'll see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. as always. Go Dodgers.